performing coach Todman, commenting on the 10th episode of American Idol, Season 8, February 10th, 2009. There's two things I'd like to address tonight, both of them being very important aspects of the music industry. So if you're in the music industry or want to be in the music industry, then listen up, because this is going to be one of the most important vlogs I ever do. The first aspect is how to deal with waiting. You see how I paused there? Okay, on a more serious note, waiting is something that you're going to have to do throughout most of your career if you're in the entertainment industry. And all the entertainment industry people out there are probably nodding their heads going yes. Think about it. They squished a whole day's worth of auditioning and whatnot into 1 hour. And we thought we had it bad when we had to wait through the commercial to see who was going to get kicked off the show. Can you imagine what it would have been like to have to sit there all day long and wonder, are they going to pick me? Where would your mind have defaulted to? Would it have went to a positive place or a negative place? Would you have tortured yourself all day long, like Tatiana? Or would you have just surrendered to a more peaceful place? This is what I want to talk about today. Because if you want to stay sane in the music industry, happy, peaceful, and successful, then listen up, okay? The question that I asked in my last vlog is resurfacing again. And the reason I'm going to bring it up is because whether you are auditioning for something, whether you are recording something, or even if you've just given a performance, this question is going to come up, and it is, what is it? Do you remember? How do you really feel about yourself? I'm going to keep asking that question. And I hope that as we go through the season, it's going to get better and better and easier for you. Okay? Now we're going to move on to the second aspect. That is inner dialogue. You can see how waiting and inner dialogue are directly related. I'm going to take two examples from this evening and contrast them for you so that you can understand how to become an empowered singer. The first person gets my Red Flag Award for tonight. His name is Stephen Fowler. Stephen. Beautiful voice, beautiful style, beautiful tone. You practice, you played the piano. He was the young man that played the piano and sang. And what happened? Do you remember? He was closing his eyes. He was looking like he was really concentrating. And we got to witness something that happens all the time to people when they perform. It's called an inner battle. And it starts right here. What was that mind doing while he was performing? Now, luckily, Stephen, they let you start over again when you asked. But I would highly discourage anybody from doing this. In the real world, if you were in an audition and you said, can I start over? They might say no. And if they say no, it's bye-bye, that's it. That's it. But what happened, Stephen? You were able to get yourself together a little bit and then play. But what happened? You made a mistake. You got angry. You stopped playing and you stormed off. That's called quitting. Now, if that were a real audition, and yeah, a real audition, right? Do you think they would hire you? Why would you want to hire somebody that can't even finish a song happily, right? So, the reason you're getting my red flag, Stephen, is because you need to be nicer to yourself. I guarantee you that Stephen, when he was playing the piano, was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm doing this wrong, I suck, I'm not doing this right, and all of those negative feelings come through when you're performing. So, how do you not default to that place? It's a very fair question to ask. And we're going to pause for a moment, and I'm going to go on to my second example before I answer that. The second example I'd like to highlight, who contrasted with Stephen, who I actually thought was another talented brother with similar vocal strengths, was 26-year-old Juno Joyner. Now, Juno, you sang lovely. I thought you did really well, and your song was suddenly stopped by the judges. But when your song was stopped, you didn't default to a negative place and storm off. You smiled and chuckled and even clapped and showed a really good attitude, and then you left, right? Because that's what you do. While you were singing, you remained present and focused on what you were doing. There was just a difference in energy, and the reason why I'm pointing you out is because you're the perfect contrast to Stephen, who did something differently in his audition. Okay? Now, in my opinion, Stephen, they gave you a second chance because you must have shown them before your last audition that you were awesome and that there's promise there. But you get my red flag because if you do it again, it's probably not going to fly. So be careful. I want to see you do well in this show. Now the people at home are probably wondering, okay, so how do you not fall into that trap? Because a lot of you might think, well, I sound great when I'm singing by myself, and then I get in front of other people and it just doesn't sound the same way. My advice to every contestant in the music industry, or if you want to be in the music industry, is to do these 3 things. Now, I'm going to give you these tools for free. I almost hate to do that, but I know it's going to help a lot of people. The first tool, number 1, is to breathe. Everybody knows that, right? You take a deep breath. But if you do my 4x4x8 breathing method, this is designed specifically for situations where you have to wait, and it's going to help you create a space of stillness and confidence from within you. Okay, now I have this formula on YouTube, so you can go to my videos and check it out, or go to my website. There's even an article about how to breathe, how to center, and how to really empower yourself. That was number 1. Number 2, connect in quiet confidence. Now I say this a lot. You got to train your brain to go into a default that doesn't have any pain, okay? And how do you do that? Again, there's more information on my website. But you can start by just spending 5 minutes a day where you just sit there and think positive. Think positive thoughts about yourself. Notice where your brain goes when you just don't think anything. There's probably a lot of things that pop up in your mind. When you're singing a song, you want to be present. You don't want to be thinking about, I gotta eat lunch, or oh my goodness, blah, blah, blah. You want to be focused, right? Then you got to train your brain, okay? Number 3, give it up to the song. Be in the present moment, put your heart and soul into it, and surrender to the flow. No matter what happens, if you make a mistake, you keep going, you smile, you stay committed to each moment, and your audience will be with you 100% of the way. Just like this video. I made a bunch of mistakes in the video, but hopefully you're not going, oh my gosh, 2 minutes ago, Dot stumbled a word. Who cares, right? You want to get something out of it. So that's why I'm staying committed to you right now in delivering this message. Okay? I hope I made my point. I have more tips about how to do all of these things on my website at www.dotsvoicestudios.com, and membership is free right now. So if you are an American Idol or an American Idol fan, you go to my website, you become a member for free, you click on Dot's Idol Vlogs, and then click on Idol Notes, and you will get a whole bunch of notes on all of the contestants. I've given you each vocal advice and things that I would do if I were you to win at Idol, okay? I'm also designing products that will help singers know how to get through stressful times and sound amazing. And I'm committed to giving you guys that whole picture, not just the voice part. And so that's what makes me a little different from other coaches. That's why I'm a vocal empowerment coach, okay? Hey, I've also made a list of who I think is going to get in my top 30, and I've made a list about who I think is going to be in the top 12. So if you want to get on that, you got to get in the member section. Okay, guys, signing off for this week. If you're in Los Angeles, come to my vocal empowerment workshop, February 18th and 19th. That's next week, from 2 to 5 p.m. Go on the website. There's more details on that. Take care. That's it for Dot's Idol Vlogs. Bye.